Hello, Yetu, how are you? And welcome to today's English lesson. Now, before we start, if you haven't already, could you go and have a look at the handwriting video today, where you'll be learning to join an A and an I in your handwriting. But if you've already watched it, that's fantastic. Now, I said in our last lesson on Friday that we'd be starting a new English unit today. Now, I wonder what our new English unit will be about. Have you got any ideas? Well, let's have a look at what we're going to be learning about today. So today we're going to be learning to understand the purpose of a letter, so understanding why people write and receive letters. And by the end of the lesson, you'll be able to give me lots of different reasons why someone might send or receive a letter. And you'll also be able to understand the difference between a formal and an informal letter. I wonder what that means. Well, we'll find out in a little while. Let's start our new English unit. And we're starting our new English unit with our reading friend, Fantastic Mr. Fox. Now, Fantastic Mr. Fox asked me for some advice. He said he wanted to send a message to his friend, but he wasn't quite sure how he should do it. So I said that I'd ask my Year 2 class if they could come up with some advice for Fantastic Mr. Fox about how he could send a message to his friend. So could you pause the video and have a think, how could he send his message to his friend? What could he use? Could you pause the video and think of some advice for him? Okay, Year 2, did you manage to think of some advice for Fantastic Mr. Fox? Excellent. Well, I had to think about some advice as well. And I said to Mr. Fox, well, Mr. Fox, you can send your friend an email. You can use your computer. Or you can send a text message to your friend. So you can use your phone. But there was a slight problem with these because Fantastic Mr. Fox told me that he didn't have a computer and he doesn't have a phone. So therefore, we couldn't use these two ideas, these two pieces of advice. So I had another little think and I thought, I know. You could send a letter to your friend Fantastic Mr. Fox. You could write a message on the piece of paper, put it in an envelope, write your friend's address on the front and send it in the post. And he thought that was a brilliant idea because he had a piece of paper and he had a pen and he had an envelope. So that's the idea that he went with. Now, a letter is a written form of communication. It's a way of communicating or sending a message to people where you are writing it with a pen or a pencil. Okay, now there are lots of different ways why you would send a letter, lots of different reasons why you would send a letter to someone. And I had to think about all the different reasons, and I'm going to share one of them with you now. Then I'd like to have a think yourself about some different reasons. Okay, so my first reason, there's lots of different reasons behind this envelope. Let's click on one of the envelopes. Oh, so I thought one of the reasons why you might receive a letter is from a doctor's surgery, for example. If they're telling you that they made you an appointment or they're reminding you about an appointment. So the doctor might send a letter for that reason and you might receive a letter. So get a letter for that reason. Now, I've got lots of different other ideas, but what I'd like you to do is pause the video and think of as many reasons as you can why someone might send or receive a letter. Okay, Year 2, were you able to think of lots of different reasons? Well, shall I share with you what I thought of as well? See if you've got some of the same, and if you've got more, that's brilliant. So let's start with this pink envelope here. So I thought you might write a letter to complain about something. So maybe you've bought something from a shop and it's arrived at your house and it's not what you were expecting. So you're writing a letter to the shop to complain about the item that you've received. So we've got to make appointments to complain. What else have we thought of? Oh, let's go with this one. So a postcard is a form of a letter, okay? It's a type of letter. And you send a postcard to tell somebody when you're on holiday about your holiday, okay? So what you've been doing, what's the weather like? Are you having a good time? Okay, so that's another reason why you might send somebody a letter. Okay, let's check another one. Let's go for this one. Oh, you might send a letter to invite someone to an event. So you might write them a letter to send to invite them to, for example, your birthday party. Okay, and then they might send a letter back. They might reply to the letter to tell you if they can go or not, if they can attend. Okay, so we've got to complain, to make appointments, to send a postcard telling someone about your holiday, and to invite someone to an event. Let's have a look what else I thought of. Oh, so you might receive a letter about a bill. Okay, so a company might send you a letter because you have to pay a bill. Now, that's not a very nice letter to get, is it? But the other ones, to send a postcard telling someone about your family or to invite someone to an event is a nice letter to receive, isn't it? but not so much a bill. Okay, let's look at another reason. Well, we've got someone to wish somebody a happy birthday. So you might write a letter to someone to wish them happy birthday on their birthday. Okay, let's look at another reason. Or to congratulate someone. So, for example, if someone gets a new job, you might write them a letter and tell them, well done for getting your new job. Okay, let's think of some more. Let's open this pink envelope. Oh, you might write a letter to say thank you. So maybe someone's bought you a Christmas present or a birthday present, and you write them a letter to say thank you for that present. Okay, we've got two more. Which one should we go for first? Let's go to the one to Mrs. Lucy Roberts. Oh, so you might write to family or friends. So that's what Mr. Fox was doing, wasn't he? He was sending a letter to his friend. But you also might send one to your family. And then lastly, oh, to give or receive information. So you might send a letter to give somebody some information, or you might be sent a letter to be given some information about something. Okay, so I've thought of lots of different reasons here. Let's go through them again together. So you could send or receive a letter for a bill, to write to friends or family, to invite someone to an event, to say thank you, to send a postcard telling someone about your holiday, to make appointments, to receive or give information, to complain, to wish someone a happy birthday, or to congratulate someone. Did you think of the same reasons as me? Well done. And if you thought of some extra reasons, that's even better. Fantastic. Well done. Now, we've got a letter here to Mommy Bear. Okay, shall I read it to you? Dear Mommy Bear, I am writing to inform you that you have an appointment with Dr. Cure on Friday, the 29th of June at 10 a.m. If you are unable to attend, please could you contact us as soon as possible to arrange a more suitable time. Yours sincerely, Nurse Caring. Now, we need to try and work out the purpose, so the reason why this letter was sent. So let's have a read of the first sentence. I am writing to inform you that you have an appointment with Dr. Cure on Friday, the 29th of June at 10 a.m. There you go. There's the word appointment. So why has the hospital sent Mommy Bear this letter? Yes, the reason why the hospital has sent Mommy Bear this letter is to make an appointment, to tell her about an appointment that they've made for her with Dr. Cure. Okay, and it normally tells you the reason why they're sending the letter in the first sentence of the first paragraph. It will tell you why that person is sending that letter. So let's have a look at another one. So let me read this letter. Dear Santa, I'm writing to thank you for the lovely presents you left at my house on Christmas Eve. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw them all, and so beautifully wrapped. Your elves must have been very busy this year. Is pause the video and have a think. What is the purpose of this letter? Why has Daisy written a letter to Santa? Can you pause the video now and have a think? Okay, year two. So why did Daisy write this letter to Santa? Yes, you're right. It says, thank you. I am writing to thank you for the lovely presents you left at my house on Christmas Eve. So then there again, it's told us the purpose of the letter in the first sentence in the introduction. So she has written to Santa to thank him, to say thank you for the presents that he left her. Now, you have got a worksheet called Year 2 English 25th of January resource. And on that worksheet, there are lots of different letters. Now, we've done two of them together. We've done the Mommy Bear one with the hospital, which was to make an appointment. And we've done the Santa one from Daisy to say thank you. There are some more letters, and you need to decide the purpose of those letters. Why has that person sent a letter? Can you pause the video now and have a go? Write it next to each letter. What is the purpose? Okay, year two, so let's carry on with our lesson. I want to know, before we move on, have you ever received a letter? What was it about? Did you write back? And who was it written by? Can you pause the video now and have a little think about all of these questions? Okay, year two, were you able to answer those questions? Fantastic. I wish we were in class so I could hear all about the different letters that you've received. Now,